Hello, it's Grammy. Hope everybody's doing good today. I'm busy going through things again for the yard flea market tomorrow. Anyway, I think I'm on a funny story kick right now, and I'm thinking of older stories. And hopefully, as I get out and about and do more things, I'll have stories that are recent. But here's a story. I think I told you the other day that I have a partial on the top because I don't have very many teeth on the top when I was talking about when I broke my teeth. Anyway, one night I went to the casino over at Murphy, River Valley, and I went into the casino, and first thing I did was go up to the beverage center and got me a nice cup of coffee. And then I walked around a little bit and found the machine I wanted to play and sat down. It was pretty busy that night, people everywhere, I was speaking to people, hi, how are you, and just normal chit chat. Anyway, I guess I'd been in there about 25 minutes or so, and I realized that I didn't have my teeth in. I was toothless on top. Used to, sometimes when I was riding in the car, I'd take out my partial and just put it in the console until I got somewhere. Well, I guess I just got excited that I was there, ready to go in and enjoy myself, and forgot my teeth. So I had to call one of the little gaming host gals over, and I told her, I said, would you mind watching my machine? I left my teeth in the car. She got tickled, so did I. But of course, she watched my machine, and I went out to the car and got my teeth. So that was kind of a funny story, and I was so embarrassed. I thought, oh, I hope the person at the beverage center didn't notice or anybody else. But, it's just one of those things. And then here's a story about one day when I was coming back from Silva, North Carolina. I had went shopping at Walmart in Silva. And as I was coming home on the 4-lane, I guess, I was moving along pretty good with all the traffic and everything. And I looked down at the speedometer and I thought, ooh, I better slow down a little bit. I was getting past the speed limit. So I thought, well, I'll just move over. I was in the left-hand lane, so I thought, well, I'll move over in the right-hand lane because that usually helps me to slow down. So I looked in my rearview mirror and turned my head and all that, and I got in between vehicles and was in the right-hand lane. And then as I drove along there for a few minutes, I noticed I was behind a hearse. Or there was a hearse behind me, that's what it was. I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw a hearse behind me. And then I noticed in front of me were the police cars. And I looked in the rearview mirror again and I saw the funeral procession and all the people behind the hearse with their lights on. Oh my gosh. It just shocked me. I thought, oh, I've got right in the middle of this funeral procession, right where the hearse is. So I whipped it back out, the car, back out into the left lane, and I did floor it. Because I just wanted to get out of there. It just creeped me out. So I guess maybe 2 miles down the road, all of a sudden I had a blue light behind me. Oh no, I'm getting pulled over. So I found a place to pull over, and I pulled over, and the highway patrolman came up to the window, and of course he asked for my license and my registration, and I looked at him, I says, does this have to do with the funeral procession? And he looked at me so funny, and he said, you know what? He said, you better hush. He said, you're in enough trouble as it is. Oh my gosh, it wasn't about the funeral procession, it was just about me speeding. But then as he talked to me and all, whatever, I don't even remember if he did give me a ticket or just a warning But we talked just a little bit about the funeral procession, and he got tickled. He said didn't have anything to do with the funeral procession. Oh, that kind of scared me. Then, after my sister passed on, she had a little dog named Peanut. And of course, we kept him. And I was going to clean him up, and uh, wash him one day, just groom him. And after I'd give him a bath and all that, I put this spray on him that was supposed to be for his fur. And I combed that all in him. And he just had this sheen to him. And it smelled really strong. And I thought, what in the world did I put on Peanut? And my husband, he petted him and he said, you didn't put the right stuff on him. What did you put on him? So I went back and looked at the spray bottle that I used, and I put leaf shine for plant leaves. I sprayed leaf shine all over him. Poor little dog. Had to give him another bath. Anyway, that's 3 little funny stories I was thinking of today that I could tell you. And now I have talked to you about my Grammy, my daddy's mother. So I wanted to show you a few pictures of her. This is a picture of her when she was real young. And she always liked to talk about her long hair and how she could sit on it in school. And when she cut it, she braided it and put it in a box. And she used to show it to me. She kept it for years. And then as she got to be like a teenager, this is a picture of her and a young man named Valdney Massey. And she told me this picture was took at a buck dance. That's what they called them back in the day. And she's got that cigarette in her mouth, and I never knew my Grammy to smoke. So I really thought this was a funny picture. Her name was Flora May. This is a picture of her and my papaw. It's a pretty old picture. I would guess to say maybe in the 50s or 60s. This is a picture of my grandparents, John and Melvina Walco. These were my mother's mom and daddy. They were immigrants from Czechoslovakia, and that's their last child, Frank. He was just a year or so older than my sister. He disappeared when he got older. I think it was in his 30s. And the story I always heard is that he got messed up with the mob somehow, and they never did find out what happened to him. Broke my grandmother's heart. This is a picture of Sarah Cooper, and that's my Grammy, my daddy's mama. That's her mother. So that would have been my great-grandma. So I wanted to show you those. Oh, I also have a picture. It's an old Polaroid. I don't know if you can make it out, but I'm sure it doesn't have a date on it. But it's at the courthouse here in Robbinsville, and an old steel that they displayed out on the courthouse lawn. I hope you can see this. That's an old steel. And if any of you have ever watched the Moonshiners on TV, there's some of them that are here from Robbinsville, North Carolina, that are on the Moonshiners. Anyway, that's my video today. I got to do some more things here at the house. So have a good evening, and love to you all. Bye.